Now let's get back to talking about D.C.'s new crime bill. The council voted last night to approve it and then send it to the mayor's desk. It does come with a few amendments and still some pushback that we've been discussing for months now. Jess Arnold has been on top of this for us this morning. She's live at the Wilson building where that vote happened. And Jess, one of the points of contention has to do with this focusing on punishment and not an overreaching on public safety on this plan, right?
Right. Yeah, we heard that from some members of the Washington Interfaith Network yesterday, that truly solving D.C.'s crime issue really has to involve coordination from every department. So one of the amendments that Councilmember Trayon White was able to get added yesterday does require the mayor's office to come up with a comprehensive public safety plan. So we'll have to see what that involves, but it is supposed to, as he says, unify all of these departments and hopefully speak to that point of the Washington Interfaith Network's contention. But I want to go over some of the highlights of this legislation now that it has been officially passed. Those controversial drug-free zones are a part of it, establishing a pre-arrest diversion task force, some new felony offenses for endangerment with a firearm, expanding the definition of a carjacking to improve prosecution, favoring of pretrial detention for violent crimes, and that includes for juvenile defendants, allowing officers to review body-worn camera footage before writing reports, except in those cases of serious uses of force, and requiring the Office of Unified Communications to publicly share monthly data and metrics on 911 calls. We've talked about the problems that they've had for a while. Now, as we've said, there are mixed reactions to the bill's passage and some of its provisions.
All of the criminals that carjacked me had on ski masks, gloves. They know for a fact that as soon as they cross that border into D.C., that our laws aren't strong enough right now, the way they are, to really hold them or keep them.
The expansion of DNA collection before conviction will burden almost exclusively Black residents. We all know that in D.C., despite only being 47% of the population, almost 90% of arrestees are Black residents.
When you have things like drug-free zones and these anti-mask provisions that are just going to give MPD more opportunity for harassment, especially when you have such a lax executive, that's what's concerning here.
Now, after the mayor signs this legislation, it does need congressional review. If you'll remember, last year, Congress voted to overturn the criminal code reform that the council did end up passing. So we'll have to see if the Secure DC legislation is tough enough on crime for the politicians on the Hill. I'll keep you posted.